How you doing there, Chief? So we open up there with a little beatdown action, and obviously we got three goons plus the devil and Jay White. So we know the Bang Bang Gang. Unless the cardboard guy is all of a sudden a reanimated spirit, then I don't think what we think is happening is really happening. So you know it's not MJF. He ain't got no shoulders, so it ain't that dude. But anyway, yeah, pretty belts. One guy defending two. So noble of him. But I actually like the ROH titles. They're nice. Silver is not used enough. But MJF getting over the body slam. Very nice. Going to the outside. Getting the rub down. Tells the guy, get the hell off me, you schmuck. This guy reaches immediately. Big boy, hey, what are you doing? I'll break your hand. So, even MJF is great. I mean, he even gets that's the first time I've ever seen a security guard do his freaking job. You know, he gets over all the stupid chants. He's been a little campy, but either way, back to the original beatdown because we got 5 people. So this leads me to believe maybe there's a new member of Bang Bang Gang, Bullet Club Gold. They've yet to unveil. That's the only thing that makes sense. So, and MJF is getting to the point of his career where he's literally behaving like every old superstar. You know, he wants to be Piper at times. He wants to be Punk at times. He wants to be Ravishing Rick Rude at times. He wants to be Ric Flair at times. Like, it's almost like he's never himself. I don't... It's good to have a callback from time to time, but all he actually is doing is like the Hogan thing, right? Saying, oh, I body slammed this guy and there was, doing the jokes off the internet, 182,000 people when as they lifted a 652-pound guy in Wembley Stadium, blah, 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 blah. I mean, he's just basically rewinding wrestling history and reliving it. And it's cool for a little while, but it's starting to get played out. And I miss the heel MJF. That at least was kind of original. So this face MJF is fun, but it's getting old. You let me know in the comments. Do you think it's getting old? Because I hear a lot of people saying that. But I think what he's trying to do, to be honest with you, I'm going to shoot straight. Like that little tag. Oh, he knows how to play with your emotions. That's great. My buddy's not there. But he wants to show WWE, I can be in a strap match. I can be the villain, I can be the heel, I can be a babyface, I can be in a tag team, I can get sympathy, I can get over so many different ways, I can do comedy, I can do sketches, I'm great on the skit. He's trying to show range, and he's trying to do it in as little time as possible. This is how I'm pretty sure he's working Tony, because Tony is basically saying, cool, we'll do all this stuff, that's great, it's fantastic, and what he doesn't realize is everything here is an audition. And then if Vince or Triple H because who knows how long Vince is going to be around and in what capacity, because age will catch up to that old man one day. Like even this right here, I don't understand why he's doing the Joey Ryan, but this isn't even his shtick. So, but he's just telling basically WWE, I can do it all. So if you bring me in, plug me in here, there, anywhere, I'm your guy. And I think he's a little bit afraid right now because he chose to go tag team and then Adam Cole screwed it up. And he chose to go babyface. And now WWE's going to look at him and go, well, you failed. It's not doing too well. So it is what it is. But he can at least say, look at what I turned. If he somehow turns this into something decent, And I have faith in MJF. He can say, see what I can do even when things go wrong. This also is not him. Like, he's just getting the cheap 10 counts. But it's also 1980s. And he walked right now. Tell me if that doesn't look just like WrestleMania 3. They even shot it just like it. Oh. Now he's sizing him up. Now he told him that he was going to stick that dude's head up the other dude's ass. So that's what he's setting him up for. And then bam. And to be honest with you, it looked pretty good. Like, they sold it pretty well, even though he went under. Like, from that angle, it was a good cutaway shot. And even from here, it does look like his head's up his ass. The old kangaroo kick. Crocky, hit him with the old kangaroo kick. That's crazy. See this creature in his natural habitat, putting the legs up on the rope. It's a real rip snorter. And of course he wins by cheating. So. Think you come again. And he holds up both belts. Very nice. It's good. He gets in and gets out early in the card. What do you want? He's positioned himself at the right place in most cards. Because as I mentioned in the other video, the atmosphere got just destroyed after these couple of matches. They sucked all the energy out of the building. By the time we got to the main events, nobody cared. And out of all the matches, I really wanted to see the Danielson match and the Eddie Kingston match. You knew, Kingston was not going to lose his first title defense. So, this card, Wrestledream, was just basically like, let's get as many dream matches on the card as possible. And look at this guy doing a Inoki. So I was like, what do you... Is Eddie Kingston Muhammad Ali? Come on. Forget about it. And I know this is Japanese style. Remember, Japanese used to be innovative. Going up on the top, moonsaults, crazy stuff. And sitting there and just taking a chop to the chest, it's not innovative. It's very boring, and ironically is the exact opposite of what I view Japanese wrestling as. And then he's like, here, chop me again. Here, I'm going to open up my chest. And what does he do? Kicks him. I don't think Eddie saw that coming. Eddie's like, that's not what I fucking did that for, you punk. Look at Eddie with a little bridge action. Like, you don't see that from Eddie either. Eddie getting to the ropes. Look at the technical mastermind of Eddie Kingston. This match here is actually kind of funny. Eddie's got that awkward style. And Eddie, Shibata puts like 2 or 3 holds on him real quick here in quick succession. And Eddie just eats them. And then finally, of course, makes it back to the ropes again. So, Eddie now has had some damage on it. And what does Shibata do? That Shibata bread. I always want to say Shibata bread. He would make a sandwich out of his last name. And he takes another move to the legs. which makes you think like, okay, old school. Okay, he's working on his lower body. That's the plan. We're gonna see him do like a lot of Ric Flair stuff. Get his dragon screws. Get his stuff. Remember how Ric Flair used to put the guy's leg on the bottom rope, jump on it, and really, put that pressure on it and torque. Come down. Do like a knee breaker. All these different moves, right? And Shibata going right back to it again. Another version here. And you'll see. Just once this is over, he doesn't really go for the legs much anymore. They kind of forget. He gets him with the old bow and arrow. Eddie's too fat for that. But Eddie, look, I give him credit. Big boy tried. There's like Free Willy up there. And see, what kills me is you just took like 3 to 4 solid, strong submissions from one of the best technical guys. Eddie's chops that are already fast motion and super fast motion is just hilarious. But he just took all those finishers on your leg, basically, secondary submission finishers, holds. And then you're going to sit there and do a back suplex, backdrop. Come on. He should have gone for it and then collapsed and let him, fall on him. I don't like when they don't sell properly. Everybody's a tough guy now. Got to look strong. Now, see, Brian Alvarez, that's a rest spot. It's called double downs. Just tapping him in the face. I don't like those either. They look very cheap and fake. Who's just going to sit there and let you get kicked in the face and not block? You can tell Shibata was like, oh wait, we were going to go one more there. Oh, my bad. I guess I'll go to my knee too. That was like a Tazplex. And I tried to record this with sound, but there was none. It didn't work. It wasn't a possibility. And it probably would have made it to where that would have even more copyright issues. So that's why you have to listen to me. So if I'm annoying you, sorry. Too fucking bad. Deal with it. It normally, back in the day, it would be me and my friend calling these matches, but my boy, he passed away in 2019, so R.I.P. Justin. We would have been sitting here shooting the shit and discussing this back and forth at length, but it's just me. So we always talked about doing this, in 2000, 23 years ago. And YouTube didn't exist then, and we had VHS tapes, and it's just crazy how time flies and so much stuff happened. And I never did really learn to video edit, and I still suck at it. And I was like, well, I've got time now. I'm gonna try and do it. So we're playing with it now. And there was too many spinning, elbow, like these Judas effects, basically. Over and over again as we get to they're going home, and it just, I hate when you spam moves. And this reminded me basically of a Young Bucks match where they spam super kicks, and see, he just hits them again, like with another one. So that's already like 2 or 3 in a row. Now Shibata's like, he climbs so fast to the rope like he's powering out. Then he gets hit with another one. That's a 4th one. Plus a power bomb.